Sometimes you just want some immediate chaotic fun in VR, and that's exactly what Fruitblade says it's going to deliver. But can it live up to that promise? Stick around and you'll find out. Fruitblade VR appeared on my MetaQuest as one of those irregularities. It came up in the new releases section for VR, and I thought, hey, maybe that's a new release game that we missed, as you can check out our new releases videos up here. But on the Quest store, it actually says it came out in October last year. Now, I've looked into this, and I cannot find any suggestion that it was an early access title and it's now gone full launch or anything similar. So I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe it's just another one of those MetaQuest store slip-ups where older games are appearing in the new release section and new release games are not appearing in that section. But regardless, from the name of the game, Fruitblade, you can imagine what this is. It is, for all intents and purposes, a Fruit Ninja ripoff. And it's embarrassing how many Fruit Ninja ripoffs are available on the MetaQuest store, especially when you consider that both the original Fruit Ninja VR and Fruit Ninja VR 2 are both available for MetaQuest. There was a time, many years ago now, when everyone loved Fruit Ninja, when it was the must-have mobile game. And while the legacy of Fruit Ninja hasn't endured, it's not really stayed relevant in modern times, it is still a fun game. And Fruit Ninja VR is fun. Fruitblade VR, however, is not fun. Fruitblade is the most basic rendition of Fruit Ninja that you can get. Essentially, you stand in a small environment and lighted pillars appear from the floor, showing you where the fruit is going to fly up, and you must swipe to destroy it. That seems so familiar. That's very Fruit Ninja. But it just doesn't have the precision and the depth of the original Fruit Ninja games, or of Fruit Ninja VR. You have blades which you can swipe up and down or side to side, but the accuracy that's delivered on contact with these blades is woeful. I did find, during my time playing this game, that simply waving up and down as quick as you can is going to be much more reliable than actually trying to attempt to slice the fruit. This isn't so much of a fun game testing out your ability to be accurate and fast, it's more a waggle fest. And we have progressed significantly since the days of the Wii, but it seems the developers of Fruitblade don't think we have. There are two gameplay modes available in the game, Normal and Flow. And Normal is, as you might expect, a Fruit Ninja style. You must hit as many fruit as you can without dropping too many, or it becomes game over. And Flow is really just the same. The difference in the original Fruit Ninja was that the normal mode had you, or classic mode, whatever it was called in that game, it had you attempting to get a high score with quick successions by swiping as many fruit in one swipe on the screen as you can without hitting any bombs. Fruitblade tries to replicate this, but really because of the fact that it is just a waggle fest, it fails miserably. You do get a multiplier combo that builds up the more fruit that you hit in succession, and there are bombs in this game that will end your run, and if you miss them, they simply go back into the pool to be regenerated later on. So, for all intents and purposes, it does have what is required, but the gameplay is so lightweight and so basic, and you'll find that swiping to get multiple fruits in one slash with your weapon is nigh on impossible. So, you're just waggling around, trying to hit things and hoping that a bomb doesn't appear. The flow state in the original Fruit Ninja was a gameplay mode which removed the bombs and simply had you attempting to achieve as high a score as possible while concentrating deeply on hitting those combos. And while Fruitblade suggests it does the same thing, I honestly didn't feel any difference at all, except maybe there was more fruit being shot at you, as a much more speedy tempo to it, but the gameplay was basically the same. Now, the game does offer daily and weekly quests, and those daily and weekly quests earn you coins, which can then be spent on unlocking new items, new maps in which to engage with the gameplay, and new swords, or at least new sword skins, with which to slash at the fruit. But they take a lot of coins to unlock, and the daily challenges don't pay out that much. Plus, there are lots of additional items that say, coming soon. But as we've already established, on the MetaQuest store, the game says it launched in October. So only having 2 maps and 2 skins for your weapons available right now kind of leads me to believe that the game has been abandoned. There's no sign of any new content coming. The last developer's update on the MetaQuest store at the time of this video being published was 8 months ago. and it was celebrating 10,000 downloads, which is phenomenal. Congratulations, developers. But how are you keeping those 10,000 users engaged? Because I can't see anything. There's no online leaderboards, there's no additional modes being teased or further gameplay structure. Even as I say, the options that are available to unlock with further play, they don't really add any depth. It's just simply new skins, new aesthetics for both the world and your swords with which to slash at things. There's nothing beyond this, I'm going to step into this map and there's fruit flying up and down and I'm going to waggle at it. So I really don't get it. Also, the game is free to play and has microtransactions in the game that allow you to purchase coins. And in order to purchase enough coins to buy a new map or buy a new weapon set, it's going to cost about £1, about £1 GBP, £1 sterling, $1 maybe, €1. It's not a lot of money, which is fine. But given that the game is so lightweight with how it dishes out free coins, it's like it's forcing you to buy that pack in order to get a new map or a new skin. And frankly, with the gameplay being so very shallow and so unlikable compared to Fruit Ninja, I cannot see any reason why anyone would invest even just £1 into unlocking a new aesthetic for this game. You play it for 5 to 10 minutes and you're done. That's really all there is to it. Fruit Ninja had significantly more depth, but more than that, the gameplay was so tight and so well balanced that even if it was only the classic mode, the normal mode, I could still see it significantly more engaging than anything that Fruit Blade VR has offered. While Fruit Blade VR may attempt to be a take on Fruit Ninja, it doesn't measure up in any regard. And regarding that release date, maybe it was just the algorithm suggesting to me that this is a new release because it's not a game I'd looked at before. But after having played it, it's definitely not a game I'll be looking at ever again.